yogis, welcome back to Elevate Yoga. My name is Jessica. Today's quick stretch is focused on rehabbing and or prehabbing your ankles, feet, lower leg area. So I get pretty achy feet, and that's because a lot of my training off of my mat incorporates a lot of running, a lot of jumping, low bearing squats. So a lot of stress on my feet. I also like to go on lots of hikes, so walking on uneven ground. So really important to give some love to the feet and ankle area. I also have pretty immobile ankles. So a lot of my practice, my physical practice, is focused on improving my ankle mobility. So here's a few postures that I use for either a warm up, if I know my training session is going to incorporate a lot of stress on my feet, or as a recovery session if my feet, ankles are pretty achy and my husband doesn't want to give me a foot massage. So I have a block, totally optional. You can use a block, you can use a small pillow. You don't have to have a prop. I just think it might help you get a little more comfortable into each posture. Go ahead and press play on your playlist and let's get started on our back, please. So lying down, just go ahead and bend your knees to start with your feet flat on the floor. Walk shoulders down away from your ears. Start to slow down your breath. You can keep eyes open or closed, whatever feels best for you. When you're ready, you're going to hug your right knee into your chest. Grab underneath your right thigh, so under your knee crease. Flex your ankle, so toes draw back toward your shin. Take an inhale. Without letting your upper leg, so your thigh, move forward, on your next exhale, you're just going to start to press your heel up toward the ceiling. Now, your leg doesn't have to go all the way straight. It's our first posture, so just so you feel a slight pull in your hamstring. Inhale, bend your knee, draw it in. Exhale, press your heel up. Good. Inhale, bend your knee, draw it in. And exhale, press your heel up. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, press your heel up. And pause right here. Now start to straighten your leg, even if your thigh moves away from you. And you can walk your hands up your leg just a bit, maybe around your kneecap or ankle. You can keep your left knee bent, or if it feels okay to you, you can extend your left leg forward, but keep your left leg active. So flex your left ankle as well. Press down and forward through your left heel. Now keep shoulders relaxed down on the ground. Keep your head relaxed down on the ground. Take a few ankle circles one direction. Keep them slow and keep them nice and big. Yeah, and then let's switch it out opposite direction. Come back to stillness. Bend back into your right knee. Bring your left knee to reverse tabletop, and let's come into figure 4. Left ankle on top of your, or right ankle rather, on top of your left knee or thigh. Grab behind your left thigh. Flex both of your ankles. So right toes toward your right shin, left toes toward your left shin. Again, keep head and shoulders relaxed down. Continue to draw your left thigh back as you actively press your right knee out and forward. So a lot of times, aches and pains or tightness in the sole of our feet actually come from our hamstrings or even our outer hips. So making sure that our hips and hamstrings are open, ready for our practice. Now keep your legs where they are. Bring your arms out nice and wide. Take an inhale. On your next exhale, drop both legs over toward the left side of the room until your right foot is flat on the floor and your right knee is pointed all the way up toward the ceiling. So you should feel this in your right IT band and outer hip. Hold here and breathe. Keep your chin centered. So gazing up toward the ceiling, keep this an easy, gentle twist. Come back to center. Uncross your legs. Bring both feet back down onto your mat. Hug your left knee into your chest. Grab behind your left thigh. Flex your ankle. So take an inhale, draw your thigh a little bit closer to your chest without letting your thigh move forward. Exhale, start to press your heel up toward the ceiling. So again, your leg does not have to go all the way straight, and you're going to feel a difference from one side to the other, and that's okay. This side feels a little stronger than the other. Inhale, bend your knee, hug it in. And exhale, press your heel up. Inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, press your heel up 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale, heel up. Last time. Once you're all the way up, pause. Now, start to walk your hands up toward your leg as you straighten out your leg all the way. Keep shoulders relaxed down. Keep head relaxed down on your mat. You can keep your right knee bent or extend your right leg forward, pressing down and forward through your right heel, flexing both of your ankles. Now, large movements, but slow movements. Take some ankle circles one direction. Yeah, and let's switch it out opposite direction. Figure four, bend both of your knees, bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Grab behind your right thigh. So feed your left arm between your inner thighs. Left toes toward your left shin, right toes toward your right shin. Keep gently drawing your right thigh back as you press your left knee out and away from you. Then keep your legs where they are, arms out wide. Take a big inhale. Exhale, drop both legs over toward the right side of the room until your left foot meets the ground and your knees pointed straight up. Keep both shoulders relaxed, heavy on your mat. Chin stays centered. So easy, easy twist to begin. Focusing more on the sensation in your left outer hip and IT band rather than a deep twist in your spine. Bring your knees back to center. Hug both knees in, grab behind your thighs, rock forward and back. Forward and back, take your time. We'll meet in tabletop, so you can cross at your shins. We'll meet on all fours, shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Now, curl all 10 toes under and inhale for cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your gaze, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Uncurl your toes, press the tops of your feet into the ground, cat and round. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, gaze back between your thighs. Curl toes under, inhale, cow pose. Uncurl your toes, exhale, cat. Continue to move. So we're also warming up our ankles and our feet here. So toes curl under every time you come into cow, and toes uncurl every time you come into cat. Now, the next time you come into cow pose and your toes are curled under, I want you to keep them just like that. Bring your knees all the way together and your feet all the way together. So again, all 10 toes are curled under. You're going to sit back on your heels, walk your hands back. I'm going to grab my block for this posture. So even the pesky pinky toes, make sure that those are all the way underneath. Shoulder stack over your hips, hands on your thighs, and just relax here. If this is a lot of pressure on your feet, you're going to take your block or your pillow and you're just going to place it between your heels and your bottom. So that's what I'm going to do here, just so I can remain here for the full minute and continue to breathe. Eyes closed if you'd like. Try not to hunch up your shoulders, so relax your upper traps. Even relax your jaw and your cheeks. And maybe you practice some equal breathing here. So inhale to a 4 count, pause for 4, exhale to a 4 count, and again you'll pause for 4. Continue to do that silently. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. Release your fingertips to the ground in front of you. Remove your prop if you have one. You're going to uncurl your toes and then just pitter patter your feet on your mat. Yeah, let's get some fresh blood flow there. Then we'll take a counter stretch. So sit back on your heels. Yeah, this should feel really good. Sitting back on your heels. You can stay here. Maybe you start to walk your fingertips back. If it feels good, you can lift your knees up a tad. So stretching out the front of your ankles, an extension. And let's come back to kneeling. So we're going to stay kneeling. You're going to bring your right foot down onto your mat. So right underneath your knee, make sure your foot's all the way flat, and then draw your heel as far back as you can toward your bottom until your heel starts to peel up. So make sure it remains flat here. And once your foot is all the way flat, you're going to use your torso, press against your thigh and knee. So you're pushing your knee forward as you're actively pressing your right heel down. You can curl your fingertips forward. You should feel this in the back of your ankle, Achilles, calf area. Continue to breathe slowly and consciously. If you want to continue with your equal, even breathing technique, again, you'll just inhale to a 4 count. You'll pause for 4. Exhale to another 4 count. And pause for 4. Continue with that cycle. Carefully release, bring your right knee back down into the ground. Let's get the other side. So left foot comes flat on the floor. Try to draw your left heel as far back as you can without letting your heel peel up. So once you find your heel as close to your bottom as you can, you're going to use your torso, your chest to press against your left thigh and left knee. Crawl your fingertips forward. If you have super mobile ankles, you may not feel much in this posture, but bear with us, the rest of us. Carefully release. Bring your left knee back down into the ground. Let's come back into tabletop, fingers spread wide, curl toes, downward facing dog, hips high, chest back. Relax the back of your neck. If you'd like to, some slow movements, you can pedal out your legs. Yeah, maybe you shift your hips left and right. Down dog is a great posture for lengthening your hamstrings, stretching out your calves, ankles, and giving love to your feet. And let's come back to stillness. So keep a soft bend to your knees in your down dog. Encourage your chest back toward your thighs. Tilt your tailbone up toward the ceiling. On your next inhale, come up high into the balls of your feet. So you're stretching out the soles of your feet. Exhale, heels melt back down. Let's do that again. Inhale high into the balls of your feet. And exhale, heels melt back down. Let's do that one last time. Inhale high into the balls of your feet. Exhale, heels back down. Bring your knees down to your mat. Have a seat on the ground. All right, so we worked on a lot of flexion in our ankles. Now we're going to work on extension. So coming into half saddle, you're going to bend your right knee, bring the top of your foot down into the ground beside you. So your heel is right next toward your right hip. Rather than letting your toes point out to the side, you want the entire top of your foot down on the ground with the bottom of your foot pointed up. Now this may be a lot on your knee or your ankle already, so you can grab your block or your cushion, have a seat, and just elevate your hips a bit, and you're already in the posture. Otherwise, if it feels okay to you and your bottom is all the way down on the ground, you can stay here. Maybe you close your eyes. If it feels okay on your knee, ankle, and right quad, maybe you begin to recline back. I'm going to go as far as my forearms here. Some of you may be able to lie all the way down. Wherever you are, just close your eyes. Continue to breathe. If you recline back, take your time here. Slowly press all the way back up to seated. You're going to extend your right leg forward. Yeah, shake out your legs a little bit. Maybe move your ankles around. All right, let's get the other side. Bend your left knee. Bring your heel right next to your left hip, top of your foot fully down on your mat. So bottom of your foot is pointed straight up. So make sure your bottom is all the way down on the ground, or you can grab your block, a cushion, multiple props if you'd like, and you're already in the posture right here. If it feels okay, maybe you start to recline back. Again, I'm going to come down to my forearms. Take it layer by layer. So if you wanted to explore lying all the way down on your back, make sure you're taking it slow and listening to your body. Wherever you are, go ahead and close your eyes. If you're lying back, please take your time. Come all the way back up to seated. Extend your left leg forward. Shake out your legs if you'd like. Take some ankle circles. We're just going to come into a transitional forward fold. So inhale, arms reach tall. And exhale, forward fold. Fingertips to the ground beside you rather than yanking or pulling on anything. Relax the back of your neck. So this should feel good after that half saddle posture. Opening up our hamstrings, even perhaps in your calves. Come back up to seated, our final posture, legs up the wall. So move your props off to the side. If you have your pillow, you can actually use it as a pillow behind your head once we're into the posture. You're going to scoot as close to the wall as you can. So I'm going to move my legs over toward the left with my right hip up against the wall. As you start to lower down, you're going to swing your legs up in front of you and then try to scoot your bottom forward so your bottom is all the way up against the wall here. Then again, if you have that pillow, you can put it underneath your head if you'd like. If you want your hips elevated a bit, you can always put a blocker pillow underneath your hips. But just settle in here and relax. So try to take out any effort in holding your legs up. This posture is, yes, gently opening your hamstrings, but most importantly, it's getting our ankles and feet above our heart to get some fresh blood flow in our lower legs. And it's not often that our lower legs do get some new blood flow. Our legs are at the lowermost point of our body throughout the day. And like I mentioned earlier, we put a lot of stress on them from walking, running, jumping, hiking, squatting. They do a lot for us. So this posture is so, so important for keeping them healthy. We'll take our Savasana here, and you're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. I would recommend at least 10 minutes if your time allows. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.